still eat bread, because bread is life. That's all I lived on. I don't think I drank water for like 5 years. All I ate was meat and potatoes and bread. Carbs on carbs on carbs. Oh my god, everything is going wrong. Hi guys, and I hope you guys are well. I just wanted to make a video talking about my health and fitness journey because I talk about this a lot on Instagram and I always get a lot of questions about it. But there's only so much you can talk about on Instagram and in an Instagram caption, and it's such a complex and long story. So I thought, why not make a YouTube video and make kind of giving you the history of me and my health. So I thought I would start by going through like what my childhood was like. In terms of my fitness as a child, I wasn't particularly athletic. I didn't like sports or team sports because I just didn't see the point in hurting myself for the game, like soccer and all that. So I did tennis and I did dancing. So there were a little bit to get me moving, but I wouldn't say like I didn't get up every morning and go swimming or play soccer 3 days a week or anything like that. Like a little bit of movement, but nothing major. In terms of my diet, if you know me at all, you know I'm stubborn. So as a child, I didn't eat vegetables at all, and I didn't really eat vegetables until I was in my 20s, which is when I went vegan, and I just decided, flick of a switch, all I eat is vegetables now. But that's another story. All I ate was meat and potatoes and bread. Carbs on carbs on carbs. Loved life. Bit of sugar here and there. I drank so much soft drink and like fizzy drink, like Coke and Pepsi. That's all I lived on. I don't think I drank water for like 5 years. But that said, all of that said, I was pretty skinny as a kid. I was like pretty, like I like to play spies and like house, and like so I was always moving around. So it wasn't like the end of the world, but yeah, I'd say it was pretty middle of the road in terms of like healthiness. Moving on to the teen years, I started gaining weight, so stopped being that like tiny skinny thing when I was turned I think about 12, 13. And at the time my best friend was a competitive swimmer, so she got up at 4 AM and went swimming every day and had like a proper 8-pack and like was fit, and then so she could eat all the food in the world and she would eat so much junk food because she worked it all off basically. So I ate what she ate, but I didn't work out like she worked out, so I started putting on a little bit of weight. And then that's when I started to feel a bit insecure, noticing that like I wasn't as little as I used to be. Couple that with like your hormones changing at that 12. And then I think it was like 14, which seems so young now, is when I started looking at dieting and like somewhat disordered eating, which is so bad. I'm not going to say I had an eating disorder because I was never officially diagnosed, but I definitely had disordered eating. And I remember when I was 14, that's when I started like looking at calories and how much things were worth. I still never worked out because I hated working out. And so my first diet I ever went on was that I would only eat fruit during the day and then I'd have a normal dinner at night. But then that got really boring and I didn't like fruit that much. So I stopped eating the fruit, and this was when I was 14, so I was in year 8, and then I didn't take food to school. Like I didn't eat during school hours until I was at like pretty much till I graduated when I was 18, which I guess now is like intermittent fasting, so I didn't eat breakfast either. So I was doing it before it was cool, guys. And I remember thinking, like, when you look back, your perspective changes so much. Like I remember talking to one of my friends at the time and just being like, do you know how many calories that has? Like, I wouldn't eat that, that's pretty unhealthy. And like, I did not know what I was talking about at all. Like, I don't know who I thought I was. But I would say during high school, I wasn't particularly overweight. I was probably skinny fat. I'll put some photos here and here. Like, I wasn't big, but I wasn't fit, definitely not athletic. My best friend in high school is an actual stick figure, which doesn't help when you're disordered thinking. But obviously, it's never anyone's fault. It was clearly like an issue I had, but this was my environment. Turned 18 and started drinking. I still never really like I still don't drink that much now, and I don't really like the taste of alcohol that much. But I did want to like party, so I would just do like straight vodka shots, which is because I was like, this is less calories. Like, if you just take the alcohol and take away all the sugary cocktails and the carbs from the beer, just like drink straight alcohol. So I did that to get like party, and like I remember like when I was like in university, I would just, if I was going out that night to be super skinny and have a flat stomach, I would just not eat the entire day like at all, and then I would go party at night, drink, and then get McDonald's on the way home. So in no way this is a healthy lifestyle. My life slowed down a lot. So I worked when I was at university, so I didn't really have time to sit around and eat. I was just like working all the time, so I could eat crap, and I'd be working so much I'd like work it off basically. I was being my friend when I was like, my friend who was a competitive swimmer, I was being like that. So it was when I started working that I started having free time and weekends, and I wasn't working it off by like all my physical jobs because I'd sit at a desk all day, that I started to put on a bit of weight. It just sneaks up on you. Like I didn't know I'd put on that much weight, and even now I look back and I'm like, I don't remember being that big. Like these are the photos I took at my, you know, these before photos weren't even the peak. Like here are some photos of like New Year's Eve and stuff where like I like remember being quite big, but I would just try and eat less, but I couldn't because I have no self-control, and food is great, and I didn't eat any vegetables, so all I'd eat was like bread and meat, and like didn't work. Basically from when I was 16 upwards, my friends and I would do like workouts, but they were not like strenuous, or like we'd just go to the gym and do like 50 sit-ups and then talk on our phones and stuff like that. So it wasn't like proper workouts. So my friends and I always had like that fitness instinct, I guess, but we never did anything. So it wasn't until 2016 when my friend was like, I'm trying BBG, do you want to try it with me? Which is Kayla Itness's bikini body guide. And so I started doing that with my friend, and so that was really good because it kept me accountable. I met her at the gym, and so it wasn't just all on me, and it gave me motivation because I didn't want to let my friends down. And if one of us missed a week, we all had to repeat the week. So like you didn't want to miss a week because you'd feel really guilty for making all your friends repeat. So I really like the Kayla Itness program. I think it really built some really good habits for me, just getting me used to working out. So it started off by doing like resistance plus cardio, just walking the dog and doing some resistance at the gym. And then it slowly builds up, and then I finished Kayla, and then I tried out Sarah's Day, just tried out a few different workouts. But by then I've just gotten to the point where I physically like working out. I've educated myself on like what works, what doesn't work, if you want to burn fat, build muscle, all the things. I had done all that, and so that's what's gotten me to today, where I write my own workouts, I do my own thing. My body's gotten to where it is now, and it's crazy because I don't like saying numbers because I didn't really weigh myself, and I still don't really know my weight now. So it's just safer if I don't know that number, but I do know I think I've lost about 5 to 6 kilos of fat, and I've put on about 3 kilos of muscle, so I've lost almost 10 kilos. And to be honest, like my abs are only just starting to show through now, so like it's just crazy like how much fat you carry that you don't realize. In 2017, I got dengue fever, which is a tropical disease. I got it from Thailand, and it's just awful, but it made me really sick, and I was on the lounge, I was watching Netflix, and I found all these like vegan documentaries because I was always interested in it, and I always had my thought process while I was eating meat was, if I couldn't slit the throat of the animal myself, like if I couldn't physically bring myself to do it if I needed to, I shouldn't be eating meat. Like if I couldn't walk up to a cow and cut its throat without feeling bad, I shouldn't eat meat. I've always felt like that, despite eating meat my whole life. So interested in the vegan stuff. So I finally watched these documentaries, and I said, I'm gonna go vegan. And Daniel was like, what are you talking about? You don't eat vegetables, how are you gonna be vegan? I haven't eaten meat since then, so that New Year's Eve I got sick. Then I stopped eating meat, and I just started introducing more and more vegetables. And so you can be healthy with any diet, you can be unhealthy with any diet, but for me going vegan was so great because it put me out of my comfort zone. There was no like safe foods, and I slowly introduced like vegetables, and now I like literally would just get a container of vegetables and just eat that with some like seasoning for lunch. Like I love it. I love broccoli. It's funny, your taste buds do change. So I cut out sugar and I went vegan. I will say the first like 6 months to a year I wasn't like a healthy vegan. I was like eating Oreos and that just to help with the adaptation. But probably since 2017 I've been like proper healthy vegan, working out, no sugar. I'm also gluten intolerant, but I don't like to admit it, so I still eat gluten. So I still eat bread, because bread is life. And that's what's been the most results. But it's just whole foods, so I'm not saying you have to be vegan. I'm just saying for me, that's what made me eat vegetables, because I've tried to be healthy before, but I would just go straight to eating meat and not the vegetables, because I hated the vegetables. Before as well, I used to hate cooking. And I'm still not the best cook, to be honest, but my favorite thing is trying to find, like, I feel like being vegan, everyone, like, you assume the food's gonna be awful, so like trying to make tasty vegan food is like a fun like challenge, like challenging myself, and trying to make like healthy naughty desserts, like my chocolate mousse, which I'll link up here. That's like super healthy but super tasty, but like nothing wrong with it. That's a really fun hobby I've now gotten because of trying to be vegan and having these challenges that I've overcome, and it's made me fall in love with all these new things that I didn't know I would love. Before I would literally, a meal, because I didn't want to eat carbs and I didn't want to eat vegetables, I would literally get curry paste, coconut milk and chicken and put that in a bowl, and that's what I would eat. Because I didn't want carbs, because I was scared of carbs, because I was trying to lose weight, even though like coconut fat's fully fat, whatever. And eat chicken and that, and like, so it wasn't particularly tasty, but I was very much eating for survival, not for health or anything else. I had a really bad bout of depression. I don't know, like it was just one of those things that you can't tell like what caused it. It just came over one time. It came over when I was in 2016, halfway through 2016, I just felt so awful. And I started running, and the endorphins, because I have anxiety as well, the endorphins like really helped with my anxiety, and then it helped with my depression, and like that became an extra motivator for me as well. I know they say when you're depressed you should work out, but it's the last thing you want to do, but oh my gosh, it works so well. And then that was my motivator, was like I was feeling good and I was like, crap, I don't want to stop working out because then I'm going to feel awful again. Started off with the Kayla program, working out 3 days a week and walking 2 days a week, so I'd be doing 5 total. And now I literally work out almost every single day, 7 days a week, within reason if I have social things on or I just don't feel like doing it one day, but within reason it's pretty much every day, and it's all pretty high intensity stuff, so it's a really good way of building you up, because if you went straight into what I'm doing now, it'd be so hard to stick to if you're used to doing nothing, so you really need to like ease in gradually. It's just crazy how much your taste buds and your choices change. I used to not be able to run 500 meters, like literally, and if there was a hill, I was walking, I was not running, couldn't do it. And now I can run 30 kilometers and I'm training for a marathon. It's just what your body can actually achieve when you give it the right fuel and the right training is amazing, and you feel so much better. You've just got to give it time, and then like once your body's used to it and changes and adapts, it's life-changing. So what I want you guys to get out of this video is basically that it is a journey, it takes time, you have to like listen to yourself and like try new things, because you'll find things you've never thought possible. I never thought I'd be vegetarian, let alone vegan. Like, you've just got to figure out what works for you and understand that, and just expose yourself to new things and try new things all the time. Try weightlifting, try paleo, try vegan, just get back to basics, eat whole foods, cut out the crap, and give it time. That's the main thing. But I don't want to go on forever. I feel like this video is already really rambly, but if you have any questions, because I feel like I was probably not very clear in this, comments below. But please remember to like this video and subscribe, because I put out videos twice a week, and hopefully I'll see you next time.